If I had tried, it would be
Looks
here by
hard.
now.
Is this thing on?
David McCarthy's a fucking mess. And a no-show.
Howdy, ho, folks. Welcome back to another week of wonderful weirdness here at UCR Live. There is daylight saving. I didn't even have to ask. I knew that it happened this time. So I am here. That wasn't like the last minute. Is the show happening today moment? So I'm here. I'm here. And then in 2 more weeks, it's going to be end of daylight savings here. So the show will go back to 11 a.m., which is, even earlier. So yay for us.
We're on with the view. I always
The world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we go from 1 p.m. to 11 a.m. next week.
That was
always
my favorite thing when Luke started listening to the original show, and I realized that we were on at 11 a.m. in Australia. I'm like, we're a morning show. I just wanted to be a morning show, and we're on with the view. I was like, good evening, America. Good morning, Australia.
Well, we're afternoon at the moment, but morning is coming. So
I can't believe you have gained 2 hours. I'm so friggin' jealous. Holy crap.
Yeah, of what though? Of what?
Sleep. I would sleep.
We have the fantastic foursome here today. So, Vivi, how are you? How are you, lovely?
I'm I don't know.
I'm That's good. That's good.
My coworker was supposed to come back on Monday, but he's not coming back till Wednesday. And I looked ahead to the schedule, and Tuesday had 15 patients on it. And I said, oh, no, this is not going to do. So I talked to the girls up front. We shuffled some stuff around. It had got it down to 12, which I could do. It's going to be stressful. I looked at it today. Some dumbass rescheduled it, and now it's up to 16, and I'm ready to kill somebody.
Oh, yeah.
But they double booked 4 people in the same time slot, and they took a 30-minute service and put it in a 15-minute time slot. Just because you put it in the 15-minute time slot doesn't mean I can finish it in 15. Jeez.
Oh my god. So you just gotta remember your Hippocratic oath at these times to care for people, even if they're assholes, right?
Fuck yeah.
She's got a vent.
Unfortunately.
No, you don't.
No, you
Girl's
don't.
got a vent.
And that's why Jeffrey is not a nurse. We've discovered. His care factor has hit 0. How are you, lovely Miss Long Island? How are you doing?
Oh my god, I'm all right. It's been a week. It really has.
I feel you, baby doll. I feel you.
You were getting bagged or something.
Like the banks that like crashed, like that they dissolved. 2 huge banks nationwide.
Yeah.
Basically. And so everybody's moving money, and that's what I do. Like I move money in my bank, and it's a lot of work, so it's been busy.
She's like Cardi B. She makes money moves, don't you, Christine?
I do.
I do. I make the money moves, Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, that's exciting. At least you can't say you were bored.
I'm definitely not bored. Oh, my God. I've had... there's not enough medication in the world to make me feel better right now.
You did post the one TikTok saying you want to be a stay-at-home mom now.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I can only last 6 hours though without being paid. Probably 4 at this point. Forget that.
See that?
Oh. By the way, we've just had a message from Hetero Tim. You are excused today. It's okay.
Yeah.
He is excused. He's like, I'm so sorry, I'm not home. I'm like, it's okay. Remember when people cared when they said they were going to be on the show?
You not be home.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember those days when people used to be like,
I remember those
I'm
days.
sorry. Good time.
For me, it was today.
I'm sorry.
Did you know that we figured out, because there's been a little upswing in people that I know watching / listening. And I went, oh yeah, just go back to 2021. That's when we started. That's when I started. No, I started at the end of 2020.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah, we.
Oh my God! You've been here for 2 years.
We've been doing this a long time.
We started back, I think,
Yeah.
in March or April of
Yeah.
2020.
And then I was on at the end of 2020. I was like, oh, God.
We originally started this bullshit in the end of May of 2011.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
A
I
long
wasn't
time.
there then. I'm not
No.
that old or that seasoned.
It's just Jeff and Christina. Not Christina. Jeff and Kitty, who is
Yep.
busy. But
You wasn't
she's.
even, she didn't come on until October.
Oh, well, there you
It
go.
was-
It's just
yeah.
you, baby.
Could,
It's you.
Karen came on
You and Karen Ashley.
that summer.
No, not
Karen
you.
Ashley, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. It's morphin time. Shifting the
We are
third
going to
one.
talk about we got to talk about her today, but that's okay. We're going to talk to Jeffrey, who is our working girl extraordinaire.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Bitch.
White
My
shoes.
like ride back into civilization has been so fucking rude rough. It's not even funny. I can't wait to do stand up. By the way, if you're going to be in Scranton, Pennsylvania, May 13th, look for Scranton Comedy Club and get you some tickets and come and see me. It's going to be interesting because
God, Vera, be louder.
Wow.
Gotta
I
get
know.
a cough drop.
Oh, I thought maybe she was having a cookie.
It's all right.
It's been
I've muted
insane.
it.
This has been the most crazy couple weeks of my life in a long time. And yeah, I'm back at the sub shops, trying to homeschool children while I'm slicing the salami and trying to figure out maybe dating. And
Wait.
Wait,
Thanks.
what?
I know.
Oh,
we need an
That's all I'm
update.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
Hold the phone. You never call. You never write anymore. What?
You already know.
What?
I'm not talking about it, but I'm just saying. You already know.
This is
You bitch.
see. Now I see. Now it all adds up. You really need to move over here. So someone can watch them damn kids. I see
No.
you.
Yeah.
I
No,
see
I
you.
don't need you to watch the kid. Bitch, you are not a kid person. Absolutely not.
Your kids, I get along with your kids. They know when it's time to not be around Uncle Stevie.
I need a partner in crime. It's
It's all good.
it's
They
interesting. We had Tyler's birthday.
yeah.
At the
Yeah,
Trek
that
Cinema.
looked
Miss
cute.
Vera came. We saw
Aw.
Look Who's Talking
Look
3.
who's talking 3.
Three.
We
Was
thought
it
it was supposed
good?
to be 2, and it turned into Look Who's Talking 3, which was fine. Tyler was still
I
happy.
never seen the third one.
It was with the
I
dog.
hadn't either.
And it started. I haven't seen it in years. I actually saw it a theater over when it originally came out in the movies, which was kind of trippy, right? And the first joke was knock knock, who's there? Transsexual. My foster grandson is across from me, who's like 7, and he goes, "Did she just say what I think she said?" I'm like, "Oh Jesus." You know, my friends are there with their kids, and I'm like, "Oh God." And then there's like the part where they're like, "Santa's not real," and he sees a store Santa, and I'm like,
Oh, that's
my
I'm
really
like,
good.
what the fuck
God.
are we watching? And then there's the part where there's like a Chihuahua who's got like a Mexican accent, and he's like talking about you pendejo. And Chai Chai speaks Spanish. She's Puerto Rican. So he's like, that dog's swimming. And the man wanted to do that, Papa Jeff. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I should have just let him watch Mannequin. He wanted to pick Mannequin, but I was like, there's a naked dummy in it. I thought people might be. And then my cousin, she's like, yeah, the Santa shit. I'm like, oh God, nobody cared about the other stuff. But I'm like,
It's all right. Vera and I had this conversation this week. We did an assigned seating on Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything,
Yes.
Julie Newmar. And we talked about, the appropriateness of language and kind of easing up a little bit on movies that were made and giving them their space and go, hey, these movies were made at this time when these attitudes and this language was,
Right.
acceptable.
yes, but I don't think that the current generation
They don't get it.
believes that.
They don't get it. But
And if you I don't know, because it's shocking, right? When you go back and watch a movie, even when we did What the fuck do we do there with the Bette Midler and Shelley Long?
Oh,
yeah, Outrageous Fortune.
Yeah, we
Outrageous
did that
Fortune.
one, right? I hadn't seen that in years, and go back and watch it, and I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Madhouse was another one with Kirstie Alley and John Larroquette. We watched it, and I'm like, oh, oh my god! Like none of this is, you know what I mean? And as a kid, like I didn't know. Half the time, I didn't even know what they were saying.
Yeah.
Look, if you've got time to get upset about movies from 20, 30 years ago using language and ideas that were acceptable / prevalent that time,
but
don't watch it,
aware
bruh.
of how it could affect the people that it was about.
I know, but there's nothing you can do about that now. You can go, this is a historical artifact.
That movie existed in your life, and look at how you turned out.
Even like A Christmas Story.
Raging.
Like I didn't understand half of the jokes in that movie until I was older, and then like you hear it in the dad, and you're like, whoa, like certain things were just too much back then. But again,
But they do that in kids shows. Like, how many kids shows did you watch back in the day? And then you watch it now. You go,
Ren and Stimpy, forget it. Oh my
Ren and Stimpy went over The Simpsons over everyone's head back in the day, and then you watch it. Oh God, okay.
South Park,
right here. South Park. Well, not
the
really.
only thing my mother really tried to ban me from was Howard Stern on E. It was the only thing that my mother was like, I don't watch it. And it, only because she told me I couldn't watch it was I like, oh, bitch, I have a TV in my room. Bye. So of course I then went and watched it because she said I couldn't. She
should have let you watch more of it. You could have given it like you could have been like a real straight boy, like, hey, how you doing,
my mother was like the woman that she thought Playboy degraded women. And she thought Howard Stern was a pig. But, you know, I was the kid that was watching soap operas with her and watching Tennessee in Dallas with her. When
there were clues. There were clues.
Who didn't love a little Knots Landing at 4 years old?
It was never a mystery, I'm saying, you know?
No.
Luke
and Laura.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, Maria got in that plane accident on All My Children, and Edmund was there, and she, oh, God.
Oh, God, Jeffrey. I have someone that I think we should interview. I'm going to see if Luke can get, and I think you'll die, but we'll talk about it later off air. I've thought of who I want. But let's jump into this week.
Load of hot topics.
Brought to us by the ever pendulous breasts of one Katrina A. Johnson.
From Nickelodeon's All That.
From Nickelodeon's All That. Now, that's not appropriate for... Those boobies aren't appropriate for kids, but my God, do people love kidding now? There's so... Again, been talking to people who haven't listened / watched the show. I'm like, oh, Katrina, like that girl from All That. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, go look at her Instagram now. They're like, I am a fan. I'm like, of course you are. Because they're straight boys and they like titties. So more power to them.
They always are.
And those are some big titties.
All boys like titties.
Those are some big old titties to like, aren't they?
All
She got a
boys
pair.
like titties.
They do. I appreciate a good pair of boobs.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Who doesn't?
It's it's kind of been a delicious week in news. And I have to start with this one. Lauren Boebt's bastard grandbaby. How? Oh, that is so delicious. It has to be fattening, right? That is just fucking hilarious. I can't.
We don't know that he's a bastard yet. They may force the teenagers to marry.
But he was conceived a bastard. Once a bastard, always a bastard.
Yeah,
baby.
right. They're gonna push that bitch down the stairs.
That kid doesn't even look like he's old enough to shave. Let's look again. He looks like fucking Grayson
What's
Chance
up with
from
the
Villain.
Trump hair?
Hello. Hello. But how? That's just I can't.
The moral
He's gotta go first.
authority who Jesus should run the country. Now has a teenager,
a bastard grandchild
is having a baby, who herself had a baby as a teenager, who has a rap sheet, whose husband showed his dick to underage kids, and she's the fucking moral
Whoa.
authority.
That was
I
my
think
that was
that's the more
that was my
problematic thing
that
than
was
the
my
teenage
joke this week.
pregnancy.
My joke this week was, it seems that exposing yourselves to minors is a genetic predisposition in the
And
Bowman
then you got
family.
the fucking hot
Oh
potato.
my god.
That it's just great. I think that is some Schadenfreude
I find
moment.
it ironic. And,
Alanis.
but I'm I don't have enough Schadenfreude to hate on the teenagers. Teenagers have hormones. This shit happens. I feel bad that they're probably going to be forced to carry this child to term, and these children are going to have a
Oh,
child.
didn't you read the quote? They chose life. They've chosen life. Like that kid was ever
They
going to
are
be able to get
forced.
an abortion.
They are being forced to have this child.
Oh yeah.
Chosen life. I'm choosing life. It's like,
It's gonna
fuck
be
off.
so hard to raise that kid when you got $12 million in the fucking bank that you stole
got
from
God.
Maryland.
This is the universe repaying you for being a huge thunder cunt. This is what you get. This is what you get.
I don't think she feels bad about this in the least.
She doesn't.
She
care.
doesn't, but it's just so delicious. It's the, I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right. Like, I'm not saying she deserved it. But God's timing is
I'm not
always
saying she's
right.
a whore, but if the
Right.
vagina flaps,
But what ground does she have to stand on? What
not
ground
gonna
does she have to stand
demonize
on?
the kids have hormones. Kids get crazy. Kids want to get laid. It's not their fault.
But it's
Kids
her
have-
fault. It's
kids
her fault.
have
And his
kids.
father's
The
fault
problem
for telling them
is
to wrap that shit up.
Christian
Yeah,
right
really.
is telling them that they can't use birth control. They can't have sex education.
right?
They can't
shouldn't be
know
having
what the
sex.
possibility
But
is.
this is
when the
not about
hormones
her
explode.
son. It's not about her son or the girlfriend. It has nothing to do with
absolutely
them.
not.
It's
Peaceful
not about
parenting.
vilifying the kids at all. This is about her politics, and her bullshit. It's
Oh,
about
her
that
hypocrisy,
fucking
the
hate
hypocritic-
that she
The
spews
hypocrisy.
Tells life,
and the
but I'm never going to
bullshit.
fund food stamps. I won't fund pre-K. I won't fund
The
child care. I won't fund
Constitution is
tax
just
credit.
a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything with all this junk. And the country was meant to be ran by religion.
I bet you she was very interested in the in one piece of paper being the paternity test. She was very interested in that piece of paper, I'm sure.
Oh, I bet
Can
she
you
was.
imagine the behind the scenes of this?
Oh, you know they stuck the needle in that baby.
Oh, yeah. A pin cushion.
Is
gotta come out with
ambulance
piercing.
not allowed in that Christian world?
Oh, they would have, but they would have
No,
done
they
it
don't.
anyway.
They don't really do it anymore unless it's absolutely necessary. Everything
Well,
is done
yeah,
through a
I
blood test.
know that because it's traumatic.
Leslie,
Not even
that
but
kid is
everything's
kicking
blood test.
and knocking them up. That's well, true.
I
And
mean,
and look,
if the
it's
dick fits,
if you're you're a parent, it's
Oh,
your
my
job to go, hey,
I mean,
wrap
what
it
did
or
you
don't
think
stick it
was
in
going to
anyone.
happen with those?
I
two
want to
fucking
bet
idiots
my
in town?
bottom dollar that he didn't learn this behavior from a library book.
Yeah. That-
It sure wasn't one of those
Or the
banned
Discovery
Dr.
Channel.
Seuss books that
Exactly.
weren't banned for,
Dad-
racism.
Not
That's
one of those books. In
Dad's
the
too busy
library
flopping
that
it
you
out
get
for every
of where they're
teenager to see,
sexualizing kids.
Yeah, but watch out for the drag queens.
Yeah.
So the drag queens ruining America.
That's
They're
Drag
okay.
queens
ruining
are ruining
America.
America.
Yeah,
You
it's a problem.
fucking white
It's not
trash.
Hooters, because men in dresses are,
White.
the
I just,
problem.
what kind of moral authority can she possibly ever stand on ever again? It was tenuous to start with.
The Christian right is still in love with Donald Trump, who had a mistress while his third wife was pregnant, cheated on his second wife with his third wife, and cheated on his first wife with his second wife. And he has
And he's out there
22
grabbing
credible
pussies.
allegations of sexual assault. And the Christian right still loves Donald Trump.
See, that's my hard thing with him, right? So you could say whatever you want, but to say that he's such a great guy, this is my issue, right? I've always just thought he was a trash bag human. And to be a woman and defend him always kind of made me cringe, because to know all those things about how shitty he is and the things that he said, it's like, how do you justify that to your daughters? How do you
Right.
justify that to your children? Do you then look at that man and say, yeah,
Yeah.
he's something you
Right.
want your kids to live up to?
This man sexualized his 12-year-old daughter.
He said if he would date his
And
daughter,
Melissa
like
was
on
12
the
when he
fucking
said
Yeah,
that she
view.
wasn't
That's
his
a lot.
daughter, he would date her.
Like,
She was
Yeah.
12.
that's the
And
stuff
they're
that
talking about drag queens sexualizing children. This is the part I don't get. And I know there are people on this panel that love Trump. I cannot understand.
I don't
this.
love him. Ayo, I don't love him. It's not a love. It's not a love.
Well, she got real
It's
Long Island there.
It's a
Ayo!
defending. It's a defending because my father is such a huge supporter that it's been ingrained in me. You have to understand, Vera. It's nothing personal. It's really just it's the way I grew up. I hate it. I hate the way that I
I
fucking
was a
think because
Republican
of this.
until 3 years ago.
See?
I'll
So,
see that.
you understand? Like it's just
Peter
it's just a
says this is
difficult
completely
situation.
Nick Cannon's fault. He's afraid
Like-
he's accelerating making a white
and
minority.
Yeah, he is.
I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican, but I like to think fiscally conservative, like socially liberal.
I was a Republican. I was
Yeah.
a teenage Republican. I was on the bus waving the flags for Bush for the first. I thought Reagan was a good guy. It,
She was
Yeah,
on the bus
like,
with Rosa. weren't
great,
she?
30,
like-
it took me 40 years trying to make it in a white man's world to figure out, none of these people are on my side.
Yeah.
But I also do
But that's the
believe
thing, like
Republicans don't care about poor people. And I do, and I know you don't agree, Vera, but I do believe Democrats just pretend to care about poor people. I do think they do more. I think they do more. But I
Well, they're
think they
pretending
just do
they
enough
enact
to
better
pacify.
legislation. How about that?
What?
Tim and I had a moment on the chat this week where we both agreed that the system is broken. That
Oh,
there
yeah.
are
Oh yeah.
money forces that keep both sides from doing their intended goals or driving the intended goals.
I would like to see somebody
But the
come in, no
Republican
bullshit,
track record is far and away worse than the
not
Democratic
worry about a
track
fucking
record.
election, and just do the fucking job.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
know?
Help
get in
everyone.
get in the office, do the fucking
Yeah.
job, and not worry about what the next election's going to bring. Just do your
Right.
goddamn job.
Well, if we had publicly funded elections and they weren't funded with dark money, we might be having that kind of politician. If they weren't sucking up to those big dollar dark money donors so that they could get Kristen Sinema and what's his name? They're fucking corporate Democrats. They take so much corporate funding that they couldn't vote for a Democratic principle to save their freaking lives.
Well, they're not any better. I
Yeah,
mean, they take
like,
just as
if-
much bullshit.
Like if you would just listen, like again, my entire life, just hearing the things that my dad, my uncle, and my mom, again, all of them would be saying in front of me, you would understand why I think the way I think sometimes, and then again, like why I side a certain way, but I don't agree with half of the shit that this guy does, or more than half, but. But then my dad will be like, "Oh, well, he's doing this," and it's like, "Oh, okay, I like that," and then he'll tell me all the bad shit that Biden does, and then he'll tell me all the good shit that Trump does, and he won't talk shit about Trump, and it's all Fox News, and again, it's just Daily News too. My father canceled his Newsday subscription. Like this is my father, again, it's just. It's 36 years of fucking torture. You can't get away from
I
it.
gotta tell you, I am very thankful that my father died before Trump, because
Yeah.
my father has horror stories about the Democratic Party. When he was a child, my uncle was poised to be the first Mexican-American governor of the state of New Mexico. He was on the verge, and then a Democratic misinformation campaign landed him in prison and sidelined his political career. But not only did they sideline his political career, but they damn near forced his family out of the state. They were sabotaging the wells on the ranch. They were starving, stealing cattle. They were committing all these atrocities against my dad's family. My dad has reason to hate Democrats, and I grew up with him. But after, like I said, after 30 years of trying to make it in a white man's world as an overweight single woman of color, I figured out that there is a lesser of two evils. And while the Democrats ain't perfect, they beat the shit out of the other guys.
Yeah.
You know?
But
My
look,
dad
I
was a
think it-
Trumpy bear. Like all the girls know who Trumpy Bear is. Like the bear
Oh gosh.
that looks like Trump. I should bring it in. Next week.
Look, these kids
Okay.
are coming into the world whether or not they are stopped by their parents, and they need to discover that it's not a good thing, because Sarah said "fucking me those kids" this week. Look at these kids' faces. Look at the faces on
I
these
love
kids.
that one kid. He's looking at her like, "Bitch, you look like you've had one too many shots of Botox."
Are those her
No,
kids? Those are not her kids.
no,
right?
these are just rent to child, I'm
Oh my
sure.
God.
So for those of you that don't know what we're
Forced out
talking about,
injury from birth.
former White House press secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders has signed
Now
a
governor
youth
of the state
hiring
of
act.
Arkansas.
Yes, now governor has signed
wow.
a youth hiring act which says that children under 16 do not need permission from the Division of Labor to work or obtain an employment certificate verifying their age, work schedule, and written consent from a parent or guardian. So children as young as 9 years old can now be forced to work.
Why?
I better get back down south because I got
Uh,
two kids.
why
that
would
get
they
me
want
to?
starved.
Draconian.
Right?
You got some kids to put to work, Jeffrey.
But
Y'all want to just keep your hand out?
No more.
No more campaign financing. I agree, Joyce.
No more. But what is this going to aid? What I get that it is trying to be
What's the purpose of that? For what? Why?
for why?
well, exactly why?
Do they have a bunch of farms in Arkansas that I missed? while I was
They are
there
saying
shopping?
so. The article says it is kind of trying to ensure that if there are dodgy labor laws for immigrants and that they're at
So
least
you
getting
can
paid for it.
take
I'm like,
advantage.
so you want to bring
The
immigrants into the
the
country so you
undocumented
can
workers
force them to
have been-
work?
the undocumented children have been working all along.
Yeah.
Protecting
They
them.
don't have to go to school.
No.
You
They've
want
been
them
working
to
all
do the
along.
shitty jobs so you can underpay them. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's got to work the drive-through, baby. That's
Well,
like
somebody's
every
got to
single
do her
resident
laundry.
It's about working for free, so that you can be forced to take a job for $4 an hour.
Yeah.
That's the right to work.
Well, do they get minimum wage?
No, they want to abolish minimum wage so that the right to work means that an employer can pay what they can afford to pay. And they can tell you that they can afford to pay you $4 an hour. If
This
you live
is
in a right to work state,
yeah.
they can disregard minimum wage law.
This is some Oliver Twist shit.
I don't
Like
know.
No shit.
we're gonna go back to kids losing their hand in a loom or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't.
what the fuck?
I'm sure Arkansas is very close because I was on the border of Arkansas, right? I grocery shopped in Arkansas. Missouri's minimum wage was it just went up. I think either $10.75 or $11 an hour, right? And the convenience store that was up around the corner, she's like, "Oh yeah, it hit us really hard. We had to be real careful." And I'm like, "Yeah, $10.75 did you in?" I'm like, "Your prices are the same as they are in New York, where we're all paying people like $17, $18, $19 an hour."
Yeah.
What the hell is
It's like
going on down here?
15.75 now.
Right, but they're not making any money. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
something's going on somewhere.
Yeah.
That's bad
Yeah.
business.
Some
If you're
people
not
make
making money,
No.
that's bad business.
It's
The
not on
right to work is the right to work for free.
Yeah, right.
Union.
Sally Field.
I'm a union girl. I am a union
Union.
girl.
Yeah. I love it, but So we're going back to teenage pregnancies and children working. I got a bad feel. I got a bad feeling there's going to be another Cold War around the corner.
Very popular.
Russia's involved. I'm like, did we step back in time? Brendan Fraser,
I
Blast from the
know.
Past much. I'm like,
I
hello.
love that movie.
I know, right? Well, let's talk a little bit about the Oscars. We're going to talk about our Queen icon, all-round, legend, living legend. Jamie Lee Curtis is now not only a BAFTA winner, but she is an Oscar winner. So congratulations, Jamie Lee.
That's actually the SAG award.
Yeah, and the
So
SAG
not the
award as well.
BAFTA.
She didn't know she win the BAFTA? She won no. I can't remember.
Traditionally doesn't go to people out of England,
Exactly.
But,
look, if you read the news, we all know it wasn't Angela Bassett this week. That's all I'm saying. We all know Angela Bassett
too. I love Angela Bassett too, and I thought her scenes in Wakanda Forever were the most powerful.
Of course they were.
Tears, but
she's an actress. Of course.
That glass ceiling, getting a nomination from a Marvel movie.
Right. And it just comes down to the fact that not everyone can win all the time.
Right.
No matter how much goodwill you want to put into it, you can't win all the time.
But come on. If you compare her, like when she's talking about losing her whole family in that movie versus what did she get nominated for? Everything
everywhere, all at once.
Her character in that?
She had like 10 characters in that.
Really?
She had like 10 characters.
I saw it. I mean, I didn't finish it. I'm halfway through it. But really? She beat Angela Bassett?
But it's not a publicly voted award. This is the thing. Not a publicly voted award.
I lost my over that character? That role? Come on.
10 characters. She had like 10 characters.
Okay, but still.
In the multiverse, she had 10 different versions of herself.
I'm not saying, I think.
I'm not a voting member of
Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, is a very talented actress. I think she deserved to win at some point for something. I don't know that was it.
But frankly,
isn't that always the way?
If I were a member of the Academy, I'd have given it to Stephanie Hsu.
I feel like that's not an uncommon thing that people win an Oscar for not their best role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's been like, really?
I think
that?
it's like the club, right?
Whoopi should have won for Color Purple, but instead she won for Ghost. Right?
Danger Girl.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. She was good in both. Let's be honest. But Jamie Lee Curtis, the reason why we have Jamie Lee Curtis on the screen is that she is all of us, and she's come out saying that she will no longer go to concerts that do not start at a decent hour. She is embodying every old person in all of us that goes. She's like, it's past 8 p.m. No, it's not happening. She's like
matinee. She's all about concert.
She's all about the matinee. She's all like, I will see a matinee show. She's like, I don't care if it's Adele. I will be angry at Adele while she's singing. While she is singing to me, I will be angry at Adele if she's not there. Bruce Springsteen, do a fucking matinee. You're old. Why wouldn't you let me come see you? Bruce Springsteen in your glory days, pun intended, and do it at noon or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock matinee, she screams on the red carpet at the Spirit Awards. Jamie's just letting loose.
I'm with her because, especially, that I'm older. I mean, it's obviously not really shit I'm going to do with kids, but if I'm going to go out to do something like that, I want to have cocktails. I would much rather do it at 3 o'clock because I want to go to bed at fucking 8 p.m. so that I have a full night rest. So I'm not fucked up the next day because I got shit to do.
Yeah.
I do not want to go have cocktails and go to an event like that and be up till fucking 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and be exhausted or hungover. That's the last thing. I'm not doing it.
No. I want to be able to come home, get comfy in my sweat, ride out the hangover, and pass the fuck out, wake up the next morning, be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel the same way about support acts.
Day too,
Like support acts for group. Like if a
Support
concert
what?
says I am starting at 7:30, then start at 7:30. Don't make me sit through
Yeah.
Betty fucking Jones, nobody strumming a guitar for 20
Yeah,
minutes,
for an hour and
then
a
have
half.
another
Yeah.
half an hour break,
Ugh.
and then start again. I'm like, just start the show. No one
Yeah.
cares. Get off. Unless it's a co-headlining thing,
Nobody
I get
cares.
it. Like I went and saw Sheryl Crow and Melissa Etheridge together. Yeah, I get it. One of them has to go first, one of them goes second. They swapped
Yeah.
the whole tour. But I don't also need,
Yeah.
Sally Mae and fucking Rita Goodridge
Well,
and
why
whoever
wouldn't
else.
they say the opening act starts at blah blah blah? Main
They
But
event.
they do once you buy the tickets. You're like, are you fucking me?
But they
Like,
also want you in your seats by a certain time.
that never happens.
I didn't
That
see.
never
I didn't
happens.
know that. Like, I didn't know who the headliner was. I went to a weekend concert like 4 years ago, and I didn't know who the opener was going to be. Turned out to be fucking Ashanti. I was like,
Ooh!
holy fucking shit!
I
dude.
would have
like,
been like, yeah.
my 2000 glory
I'd have
days.
been like,
It
we
was
just make
amazing.
up to break up.
Yeah, girl. You have no, I fucking yeah. I was like, shit in my
Dude,
pants.
that
We had the
chapter
shittiest
2 was
seats,
the
but-
shit. Okay, all those
Right?
fucking cuts that nobody fucking like knew about. I'm like, oh my god.
Shanti, give us a call. We'd love to have you on the show.
And
Oh
then
my-
her
oh
fucking
my
doing
God,
all,
that was
oh
amazing.
my god, that fucking her
Oh my-
J-Lo and Ja Rule, and it's all Ashanti. They didn't even know J-Lo on
Yes.
it. And she's in the video lip syncing to Ashanti through the whole fucking
Yeah.
song. You're like, bitch, I know that. You hear that? Is that's not
The drama. We love it. But I love it when it's like, I will complain about a support act, but I love it when they surprise you and you're like, oh, you're actually quite good. I'm getting down to you. But it's got to be someone I know.
How about when Ashanti got kicked off the fucking Fabulous song? So
Who
into
was
you.
it?
And they put Tamia back on it because that was her song. She released it originally.
Oh
Look
shit,
at Jeffrey.
really?
He's got Jeffrey.
Oh, me and
I sent a message to you. Because I know you love trashy reality shows. Please tell me that you are going to watch or have seen some of SWV and Escape,
I have not.
Queens of R&B.
Bitch, that would be right up my
Oh.
alley.
Oh,
That's a
it's
show?
delicious.
You know, I
It's
was like the R&B boy.
it's a show. It's a reality show.
With SWV.
It is amazing. Sisters with Voices. I get
Yeah,
so
what's that?
weak in the knees.
Yes,
Yes, I know. They're on it.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. What channel is this
An
on?
Escape.
And when?
it's on Bravo. So if you got
Okay.
Oh my god, you know me and my not oh my god, not secret lovers, but what the fuck is the it's,
Jeffrey's having a moment. He
A
can't.
stroke. A stroke.
Just like all along, it was Ashanti. Oh, that should be a shirt. That should be just a shirt. All along, it was Ashanti with no context. I love it.
Yeah.
That would be great merchandise. Just for your real life. But yeah, Jeffrey, you need to check that out. Speaking of musical comebacks that may be happening, this made me go, what? Apparently, there's going to be a bit of a Black Eyed Peas reunion.
I heard that.
So it is
Really?
heavily rumored that Fergie is on this current season of The Masked Singer in the US. And the Black Eyed Peas have tried to release music without Fergie. And Fergie has tried to release music without the Black Eyed Peas. And it's not good.
my god, that last album was trash.
It's not good. So I think this is the smart move. I like put egos aside, get back together, make some money,
really.
and get out. Like get while the getting's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think
didn't
you
know
could?
there was bad blood. I thought Fergie just left to have babies.
Nah,
Or
she
one
pissed him
baby.
off. She pissed him off. How do you think you could step back into one of your old jobs that you didn't love just to get a payday, Jeffrey?
That I didn't love?
Yes.
No.
That was a-
the jobs
That was an awkward working situation for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
It really depends. It really depends, like what kind of payday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The payday at
No,
my old
the
job
amount.
wasn't as good.
If it was a Black Eyed
Yeah.
Peas style payday, I think
If it was a Black
would
Eyed
just-
Peas style payday,
you would
yes.
just go, Yes.
Look at all these
How long?
yesteryear groups.
I have a lot of
coming
questions.
back.
Yeah. And this is the whole point of that SWV escape show, is that like they're like, we don't get along, we hate each other, and the SWV like, we barely talk, but we just get on stage and do our job.
Right.
They got flown to
Shit.
South Africa, 6-figure payday.
Wow.
Why wouldn't you? You
Like-
don't have to be friends to work
Yeah, even if
together.
you just did it for a year.
Yeah, you're just singing.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Right, get on stage, sing your songs, and don't talk to anybody.
Well, in reality, how many friends, you know what I mean, like coworkers, really are you friends with?
A couple of them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
them outside of work.
There's certain situations where that doesn't happen, right?
You, Jeffrey,
Right, but I mean, in most cases,
Jane, my best friend Jane, my best friend Karen.
Look, it always helps. It
But
always
not
helps
everybody.
if you can be friendly with someone at work.
Yeah.
If you can have friends at work,
Yeah.
it's helpful. It makes your life easier. But you don't gotta be friends with the people you work with.
No.
Right.
You're there to do a job.
I've made best friends from working with people, that's for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. But
but
yeah,
not right now.
when it comes to a payday like that, I would just swallow it down and be like, yep, I can
You
sing a hook to
swallow
a
it
song.
down for
Let's
nothing.
go. Yeah, baby. Well, speaking of swallowing it down,
too.
this was great. This was great news as
My
well.
friends from work.
Oh my god.
Um, This is
I'm
Diplo.
happy for you guys. Like, I'm actually like,
This
I'm happy for
is
you.
Diplo. Now, Diplo
jealous.
has made waves because he was on Emily Ratajkowski's show High Low, a podcast, and he says that he does not want to define his sexuality, and that he's definitely not gay.
look at him and the tattoos and the
Oh.
hair.
Oh.
I will take him.
Indeed.
If he is gay,
I
I,
will-
don't give
yeah.
a shit.
He has
Definitely.
definitely sucked a dick.
Well, no, he
Oh, yeah, he said he has.
says. So
That
he
means
says,
Johnny fixed up.
I'm sure I've gotten a blowjob from a guy before, for sure, 100%. He says
Yeah.
that he doesn't want to define that he's gay. I think the best answer I have is that I'm not gay. There are a couple of guys I could date life partner-wise. It's more of a vibe over gender. The temperature of our culture has changed and men can be more fluid. Now, this is... I know it's, like soundbitey and headline grabbing, but he is also like he's a pretty major music force, but he also has
There's a lot of shit.
3
with
sons.
people.
3 sons. Like, and he is in the public eye, and he is willing to come forward and go, yeah, whatever.
Bitch, I'll drop on my knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'll come out
that
of retirement
anyone would.
one day.
It sounds like you're already on your way out of retirement. But anyway, allegedly.
You better move your ass over here quickly, Steven. I
I
can't
really.
be working all this salami by myself.
But I think that's kind of cool that someone, when there's so much drama around like Sam Smith and it's like straight guys love a bit of Diplo. They love it. They love a remix. They love a DJ, and he's just like, yeah, so what? Like, it happens. It happens. Like, it doesn't matter who it happens with. I think that's pretty progressive and cool, and it doesn't hurt that he is smoking hot.
Yeah, really.
Like,
He can get away with it.
yeah, boy.
Look at that.
Doesn't hurt. Oh,
Look at that cut.
I was going to say something extremely inappropriate, but
How many quarters you think?
I want to know. I
How
want to
many
know.
Well, you're telling me at this point in your career of a gay man, I'm sure you've had plenty of dicks. You don't think that you're accurately good at predicting how many quarters?
I think it's pretty big.
Okay.
I think
How
you will.
many?
Yeah.
Give me a number.
Well, see, I can't. I the quarters thing throws me out.
Christ.
Yeah,
How
he
many,
doesn't have quarters.
how
I
many
don't have quarters.
inches?
I think it's at least 8.5.
Okay, Christina,
Yeah.
how many quarters?
for what?
But Diplo, how
Length of
how
his
big is
dick.
his dip? How big is Diplo's dipstick?
Measured in quarters.
I reckon he's 8.5, 9.
I think it might be a little bit bigger than average. So we're talking like talking like
We're
a good
talking about, look, she's giving hand
I'm saying,
motions and stuff.
All right.
6 or 7 inches. I'm talking like 6 or 7 inches. If it's
I'm
bigger than 8,
7.
then we have a problem.
7.5.
Yeah.
I think
seven
he-
and a
yeah.
half.
Can you
I
put
think
the
he's-
picture back up?
I can get you. Hold on, I've deleted it, but I can put it back up. Hold on,
Oh,
wait a
shit,
second.
sorry.
Talk amongst yourselves. It's all right. I love that we've gone.
I need to take a peek at him again.
Yeah.
To really get my accurate.
Oh,
Okay, let me see here.
Look
You
at
don't
those
have-
wrists. 7.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
I'm
not
saying
much of a
6 or 7.
bulge there, though.
I
is
don't
there?
know. I'm thinking like 6.5.
Okay. I can
Whatever.
do that.
But he's very pretty.
Oh,
pretty.
yeah, that's
Pretty.
fine.
Oh,
I mean,
he's
he's not the
gorgeous,
guy for me
yeah.
at 6.5, but fine.
You know,
Jeffrey has
It's fine for
Jeffrey
me,
has
sure.
needs.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I like a big dick.
And at the moment, I'll take anything.
Who
So
doesn't?
it's all good.
Right?
I'm out there. All right, we'll go. We've had talk about children and baby makers, so let's have some good vibes to finish the show. Yeah, I know.
Vera, she's like, yeah.
She needs a Yeti. She needs a Yeti.
Vera's like, give me that multi-purpose.
Do you know who is getting the D? And we know that she's getting the D.
Vera.
Lindsay, she's having a
Lindsay.
baby. Lindsay
my
Lohan's having a
She doesn't even look like
baby.
herself anymore.
But
Look
you know
at
what?
her.
No.
Mrs. Garrison. Girls. I know.
Lindsay
facts
doesn't
are
even
life,
look like
you know.
herself.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
you know
she
what?
did.
Who would have thought 3 years ago that the bitch should be married, making movies, and having a baby?
Good for her.
Everyone was happy to write her off.
Yeah, really.
Good for her. I'm having a good for her
Yeah.
moment.
Mhm.
I hope that she actually
And
makes
Comeback is always stronger than the setback.
Oh yeah. I hope that she makes some good movies sometime soon. But you know,
Oh, that was
Whatever.
a cute Christmas movie.
yeah, I fucking
But
hate Christmas
if she had
movies.
too much Botox, she might not be able to move her face.
That's all right. Can Nicole Kidman? She's an Oscar winner.
No.
I had no idea she was even that she was even
Leave
married.
Nicole Kidman
bitch.
alone.
I love the joke that's like, it's nice to see Nicole Kidman has been freed from that empty cinema. I'm like,
That was a good joke.
It was a good joke.
I thought
Heartwarming
Jimmy Kimmel
moments
did a
as
good
well.
job.
Jimmy Kimmel was pretty funny. Everyone's always going to find fault with anyone who hosts anything.
Right.
So, you know, but there's going to be people that find fault with this. But I had a little bit of a moment this week. Did you guys watch the trailer for The Little Mermaid yet?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Holy
I have
shit.
not.
Okay. I think she's the perfect Ariel. I think Melissa McCarthy looks fantastic.
I agree.
I think the casting looks great, but I thought it looked a little cheap.
But it's not meant to be high. This is the thing. It is not meant to be allegedly like The Lion King live action when there's not a live action anything in there. It is a like live act. These are live actors in a cartoon world. So it's like kind of like, I guess, Who Framed Roger Rabbit Uncanny Valley kind of moment.
Yeah, I'm not really.
It made me go like
Why?
this.
I
would-
reserve judgment.
It made my jaw drop. It made me have nostalgia.
I guess
like,
I was
oh.
thinking more like Avatar. You
So,
know what I
like-
mean? Where it was they were going to build
Yeah.
a world, that
Yeah.
it was a live action.
We
Little
haven't
Mermaid.
seen as
But,
Vera
like,
says,
what-
we haven't
There's
seen it
I
yet.
reserve judgment.
And it was just this one part of it where I thought like the special
Whatever.
effects just looked cheap. I was like, oh, I hope not.
But
'Cause that
why
would suck.
in-
It would
in-
suck.
Why in like today's age, whatever the fuck, with all the technology that we have, why wouldn't they just go all out and actually like remake The Little Mermaid, not like live action, like you said, like Avatar? Why not? Like you got green screens and all that other shit. Like why
Well,
not?
it could be
do
because
that?
it's just a trailer. It might not be finished. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
true. It might not be
happened.
finished. They do toy with these things up until the very last minute these days, because it's all they have to do is send a file these days. They don't have to send reels
Yeah,
and
because
canisters
what
of
was-
film.
Well,
You know
it was
what I
the
mean?
one
Oh.
show that ended up being super great that the trailer looked trash. It looked horrible.
People blew up
Yeah.
about She-Hulk.
Yeah, it looked horrible, and it
Yeah.
ended up looking just fine.
I fucking love that show, but it was
It
meant
was
to
great.
be.
You okay, Christina?
She-Hulk was meant to
Yeah.
be that kind of fake reality, like
And that what's that one with the
Fucking
little man?
stand.
It got
Ant-Man?
canceled. No,
No.
the show on Disney Plus it got They're canceling shit left and right now.
Yeah, they are.
Bob Iger's not fucking
They are
around.
banking down Willow. They're like, please give me another 7 Toy Stories, another 6 Frozen, so we know that there is money coming in. Like, maybe I've been to your theme parks. I know how much things cost.
Maybe it's because nobody wants to go to Florida anymore.
I want to go to Florida.
Maybe you
I've
don't.
never been. I want to go. I want to go to the nice tourist spots of Florida. I don't want to
Oh
go.
my
to
God, I love Florida, but I'm very.
I want to go
sad
visit
about
Marie.
Florida.
I want to go. I want to go visit Marie.
I know. I love Destin.
I want to see some shit. I want to see some shit. I want those
Florida's so
iguanas
pretty,
falling
but
out of trees. I want to
It's
see that.
very sad. That was like
Oh,
when
man.
Chick-fil-A came out against the gays in Hobby Lobby, and it was like, oh, you got to draw the battle lines. Like, where do you stand? Are you the gay that goes Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby? Anthony is.
That's why Vera's upset.
Anthony went to Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby in the same fucking day.
All right, so we were all around in the 80s, so we will all have an opinion on this. Jenna Ortega is apparently going to be playing Lydia Dietz's daughter in Beetlejuice 2. This
Okay.
bitch is getting paid.
Here's the thing. I think that's great. I love her. I think she'll be fabulous in anything. But if that means that Winona Ryder's not in it, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. And if they don't figure out how to put those two sons of bitches in it,
No, I'm pretty sure they're definitely doing it, and the delay is that Winona's filming Stranger Things this year.
no, I want to see Gina Davis.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're trying to get everyone back. Like, they were talking to Catherine O'Hara, and she's like, "Yeah, I want to do it. Let's go."
You can't put the dad in because he's like a child diddler or something.
He is a child molester.
Let us kill him off. It's all right. It's all
Yeah.
good.
That's my. If you don't let me gut this house and make it my own, I will go insane and take it with me.
The nostalgia train is there. Everyone's ready for. They've been waiting for this movie since the fucking first one. So,
oh my God!
at
Can you
least
imagine what it could look like now?
it'll be amazing. Beetlejuice 2 now. Hello.
I would
It
like.
would be
That's something I would
amazing.
love to see a sequel to.
I want to see Beetlejuice 2, and I want to see a new Gremlins movie, but with the original
Yes.
cast.
Yes.
Ooh.
And I really want to see a sequel to Dirty Dancing with Jennifer.
Well, it's
Grey.
coming, baby. They're filming it. It's
I
happening.
think that if that is done right in the 90s and Johnny died and she's going back,
She's going
it-
back
it
to
could
honor
be-
him, and then she finds new love. Oh,
could
God!
be
Forget
great.
about it.
Oh my
Great.
God.
No, I think it'd be better if she doesn't find a new love, but she finds herself.
She
you know what I
helps.
mean?
She helps people find their
Mm.
love.
Something.
Oh,
you know, like,
and then
it could
she
be a
ends
great
up like
thing.
she ends up buying it, and she's like, oh,
She
and that's
buys
her
Kellerman.
job. Oh,
And she's
she
had
buys-
the time of her life.
It's beautiful. Oh God, it's
So
beautiful.
wonderful.
There he
It's
is.
so wonderful.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
And there is wonderful
But we're gonna
news
put
for.
Jeffrey in the corner.
We do have to mention it because our show is built on the foundation of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, once and always, the reunion movie will be dropping on Netflix April 19th. I'm sure we're going to try and talk to someone. Luke's working on something in
So
the background.
even if you don't like Power Rangers, anymore, just
Check it out.
Just turn it on and watch it.
The
Support-
nostalgia
support-
factor, it looks like it's going to be
support-
very, very high. It looks like
support
they're
my-
going our dear friend Karen Ashley.
That's right. Support my friends. I love Karen, Stevie, and Catherine's in it.
Catherine's in
Who
it.
else is in it? David's in it.
David,
Johnny,
yeah, Walter.
Yeah. So it's gonna be exciting to see them all. I'm excited, like
I'm
knowing them, hanging out with all of them. I don't know Walter that well, but the rest of you know what I mean? Like
It's nice to see your
It's
friends
gonna
have
be
another
exciting.
another
Yeah, to
crack.
get to
You know
see
what I
the
mean?
moment,
It's always
yeah.
nice
Yeah.
to see.
yeah,
It's nice.
especially Karen and I have been through so much together. So I'm So
We're looking
stoked.
forward to seeing Aisha back in there going, "Oh, girl," with her brains getting it. I'm ready for it. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know what else is? Do you know what else is amazing on the weekly though?
What?
Vera's
Vera's
fire
dead.
truck.
Vera's
Is it that time
dead.
Oh yeah, it's fuck me and your son's fire truck.
It was
What?
abbreviated. Usually this
Yay.
is longer.
I know I've changed things up there. Here we go. 3, 2, 1,
All right.
vent!
All right, kids. An important event happened yesterday, and it's gone viral. So I'm sure many of you have seen or heard it. An author, and I have to look up her name because I don't remember her name. Bethany Mandel, who wrote "Stolen Youth," was the star of the CPAC convention this week, and "Stolen Youth" is running up the conservative bestseller lists. It's about how the woke liberalists are stealing the ideological soul of the youth of this country. And she was interviewed on The Hill by Brianna Joy Gray. I had to write their names down. I didn't remember it. And Brianna had a very simple first question. The opening question for Miss Mandel was define woke. And the viral video is the woman, it means hierarchy. It means could not answer the question, could not define woke after having written a fucking book about it. Well, let's talk about the word woke. Where does it come from? The liberals, the liberal agenda. They want everything to be woke. The term woke came to life after the Great Migration, where Southern blacks, freed from slavery, living in poverty in the South, before the First and Second World War, were moving north to take over jobs and serve in the military where they could make better wages and live better lives. And when these migrants who were now living in northern cities, Detroit, Chicago, New York, Boston, would go down south to visit family and friends, they were always reminded to stay woke, because when they get down south, it wasn't going to be friendly. Their middle class wages were not going to buy them acceptance in any Holiday Inn. It was the time of the Green Book, where they had to know where they were welcome, where they had to know where they could buy gas, where they had to know where they could stop to go to the bathroom. That's where the term woke came from. And when the family said, stay woke, they were telling them, stay careful, stay vigilant for the racism down south. Now, the expression, stay woke, came back into popularity with the Trump era, because all of the signs of fascism and racism and white supremacy were rearing their head long before he took the oath of office. And people were warning each other, stay woke. Now, this woman couldn't define woke because it doesn't mean what she thinks it means. She wants to demonize the term woke to mean socialism, pedophilia, and all these horrible, nasty, diverse things that they keep accusing gay people and people of color, the drugs and the sex and the rock and roll and that free lifestyle that's all part of being woke. No, the term woke just means stay alert, because danger is afoot. And you know what? As much as I have said on this program, you can be too woke. And I did mean it at the time, when you're coming after Lin-Manuel because he didn't have enough people of color in his movie, that might be a little bit too afraid of racism, because Lin-Manuel is anything but a racist. But when you need to stay alert for racism and oppression, if ever there was a time since the Great Migration and the time of Emmett Till and the time of Rosa Parks, it's the time to stay woke. What's happening in Florida with the book banning, where they banned 28 out of 38 math textbooks for being too woke. And the reason they were woke is because word problems said things like Juanita has 7 mangoes and Juan has 6. If Juan gives her 1 mango, how many mangoes does Juanita have? That's too woke for the Florida Board of Wokeness. The place where woke goes to die, that means the place where you can't be vigilant, where you can't protect yourself. And they don't want to protect anybody who isn't cis white gender Christian. So you know what I got to say, kids? Stay woke.
Stay woke, says Vera.
Isn't that a song?
Is it? I don't know.
Juanita's mangoes. Juanita's mangoes. I love it. Juanita has enough mangoes to make some daiquiris. That's what I think.
Oh, fucking yeah.
And
Oh,
it's kind
it's
of
lyrics.
it's
in
kind of
red
all it's kind of all like well-intentioned ideas presented poorly sometimes. It comes out like to a case of, you know, they have the best intention of like, I want representation, but I'm going to say that someone who is striving for representation is a racist because there's not enough representation. It's like,
Right.
what the fuck? And this week's What the Fuck Weekly is the same. What the... Before we go, I must point out that, you know, there is a I can't even. There's a town in Thailand that is trying to do things to, you know, with the best intention of animal conservation for elephants and positive body image. But one questions whether the, you know, the execution was a little bit off when the Miss Jumbo Queen beauty pageant had a competition where 6 of their contestants had to try and out-eat an elephant. Look, it's probably the best idea, probably better
I'm
left.
fucking out of here.
Cutting room. She's off.
What the
Probably
fuck?
an idea best left on the cutting room floor, but
Oh my
needless
God.
to say, the elephant won.
Good.
Just saying.
Of course.
I'm just saying, but you know,
I
take
don't know. I know some bitches that might have been able to win.
That is like, as a fat chick, that's offensive, you know? Like, that ain't fucking right. Like,
every time you think we're moving towards, you know,
That's
something
offensive.
better, something bigger, you
Oh.
chuck 6 fat chicks next to an elephant, and
Yeah, and you call it Miss
And
Jumbo?
swings
Like
both
Miss
ways.
Jumbo fucking Hawaii?
Miss
What the
Jumbo,
fuck?
Miss Jumbo Queen. It's like, oh,
Miss
God,
Jumbo
okay.
Queen.
Miss Jumbo
Could you fucking imagine the
Queen.
goddamn crown? Like, I can't even, the sash. Like, would
The
you even keep the
sash.
fucking sash? Like,
Yes.
I couldn't
Yes.
fucking imagine. Miss Jumbo fucking
Jumbo
Queen.
Queen. Miss
Are you
Jumbo
fucking kidding me right now?
Queen.
I would get up there, I'd be like, Jumbo Queen my fucking pussy, you bitch. And then I just like, oh my God.
Oh, dear.
Oh my God.
We'll leave you with this Jumbo Queen this week. We hope you have a Jumbo Queen of a week, and we will see you soon again on Uncensored Radio.
Jumbo Queen.
Bye. Jumbo! And just so you know, it's inclusive. Just so you know,
I will not be on
it's
next
women and lady boys over 80 kilos. So
Fuck
put that in your
off,
pipe
bro.
and smoke
Fuck
it. She